Okay, good evening to you all. Today is 16 December 2024, which marks the beginning of week 6 of this graduate IT employability skills uh, bootcamp. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the entire week. So, of course, it's week 6, but it's showing week 2 from my end. Sorry for that. I just stopped the screen sharing. So it's supposed to show week 6. Okay, so I'm sharing it back. Okay, like always, we show our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the week. So we will have a recap on what we did on week 5. And today we're going to talk about CUSO, formula and functions, simple arithmetics, average, percentage, question and answer, and then we have a conclusion and call it a day. So these are what we are going to, uh, you know, to discuss about and what we are going to cover for the entire week. So please, you should focus on what we are going to discuss today, so that you will not get confused and so that you will not be lost on the way. So, last week, a recap on your week before I know what you discussed last week. Uh, you discussed about uh, I know introduction to Excel, the Excel interface, cell designations, and what you can do with Excel and the rest. All these are things that you have learned throughout last week. I'm sorry the video is not yet ready, but I'll try to see maybe the video will be. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Is my network that shake? So, that what you have discussed on week 5. I just mentioned some of the things you have learned. So today we'll talk about Kuso. So, but I think let me open my Excel so that as I'm explaining it, okay, here we are. If you can see my screen, please let me know. I stopped the sharing, but I put it back. So if you can see my screen, let me know, please. Okay, so sorry. Okay. So we are going to talk about Kuso. I believed everyone here knows what Kuso is all about. Kuso is just this pointer that you are seeing, the one that I'm shaking now, the one that is moving. That's the Kuso. That's what Kuso is all about. So in Excel, there are different functions for this Kuso. It's not just the way it is on desktop or on somewhere on the uh, in computer. That's not how it is. So in Excel, it has different features which you need to learn, you need to understand, and that what will help you to work with it efficiently, and what will help you to learn more about what Excel is uh, can do for you. So the first feature of Kuso in Excel is a feature of highlighting. So whenever you hear highlighting, I know you all know what highlighting is all about. Control A, or you use Shift with forward key, or down, or up, or backward key for you to highlight a text, or highlight files, or highlight something. So in Excel, there is a feature that Kuso has to highlight cells. We already know what cells are all about. We know the cells. So if you want to highlight, for example, let's say from this B1 up till B6, we use this feature, or we need to look at that feature for on our cursor to apply such highlighting. So whenever your cursor turn to this, let me just zoom it a little bit. Whenever your cursor turn to this white plus. Look at it now, it's just a plus. Let me show you. Now it's just a pointer, as you can see on top here. But if I come across this cells here on the sheet, you see it's just something like this. It's just white plus like this. So whenever your cursor is like this and you hover over the cell that you want to highlight, just hold your left click, hold your left click and drag it anywhere you want. You see, as I'm doing it here, I'm navigating it like this, going, right hand side, left hand side, downward, upwards. All this, what I'm doing here is highlighting. I'm highlighting the what? The cells. So whenever you did this, you are highlighting. I say whenever the cells turn to this, the cursor turn to this, hold your left click and just start dragging. Just start dragging and take it anywhere you want and stop there. So wherever you want to stop, stop there. That means you highlight the what? The cells. So this is what highlighting feature is all about. So take note on this feature of cursor. The second feature of cursor is dragging. You can drag using this feature. And for this dragging, whenever you click on the cell, make sure before you drag, you click on the cell that you want to do the dragging in. And dragging is like creating a duplicate of what you have in a cell to other cells. That's what dragging is all about. So for you to know the feature of dragging is click on the cell that you want to apply the dragging. When you click on the cell, please just come at the edge of it. As you can see now, I come at the edge of the right hand side of the cell. So look at it now. The cursor turned to plus, but now it's not white plus, it's just normal plus, but it's black. Look at it now. That's how the cursor turns into. Let me zoom it a little bigger like this. So as you can see the screen now, you see the cursor turn into something. Look at it before it's like this, but now since I come to the edge, that is the edge of the rectangular box as it is now, you see this is how it looks like. So now you hold your left click as you did the dragging, the highlighting, you hold it and you drag. So now you can go ahead and drag to anywhere you want to apply it. Then you stop where you want to stop. Like I told you, it's like creating a what? A duplicate. Now, for example, if I write Ahmad, for example, here, and I want to apply Ahmad across maybe 20 cells, I want to apply this Ahmad across it. I'll come to the edge. I'll hold my left click, then I'll drag it across. As you can see, in as much as I keep dragging it, it will continue duplicating this Ahmad across. Even if I want to apply it for 1,000 times, I can do it within some seconds and it will apply it for me. Just as you can see now, I create about 27 of it. If I like, I can continue. I can create up to. Now I already created 105 of it. So that what this dragging is all about. So whenever you were asked or you were told or you want to do dragging, make sure you click on the cell that you want to drag first. After the clicking, then you come to the edge of the cell and just drag it, hold your left click and just drag it. And this dragging also at once, you can do the dragging horizontally and vertically at a time. Now I can drag it like this and I can also drag it like this. So now, for example, if I want to create, I say Ahmad, for example, like this, I can drag it like this, as you can see, that is horizontally. And I can also drag it vertically like this. So you see, I created Ahmad like this in all these cells. So I duplicate this one Ahmad, but I create only one, but I duplicate it into many places. So this is how you can do it within the dragging. So dragging, you can do it horizontally at a time, and you can also do it vertically uh, at a time. Okay. So that's the second feature of Kuso that we have. The next feature that we have is moving. If you want to move a something from particular cell to another cell. So for this moving feature is for you to come at the middle. Look at it, middle of the bottom of your cell, middle, or you can come at the top, or you can come here. You see, in as much as you are at the middle of the lines, not edge now. Now we are talking about the moving. So in as much as you are at the middle, you can do the dragging. Once the cursor turn into these three arrows, up, forward, and backwards, you see that's the feature for what? For uh, moving. So now if I write, for example, like I said, if I write Ahmad, I click out of it. Make sure if you want to do the moving, just click on the cell. When you write whatever you want to write, go out of it and come back. Don't double click. Don't double click. If you double click, you cannot see all the features that we are discussing. You cannot see them. Now you come in, you see here, you need to not double click. All you need to is just click. So you come to the edge, as you can see here. Now I'm moving it. You see, I move it from this to this. If I want, I come to the edge and I move it back. So that's what moving is all about. And to do the moving, you can also do it multiple, because as you can see, I have the moving here. All these, if I want, I can highlight them all. So let me highlight them all. After highlighting them, I can come to the edge like this. I want to move them somewhere. I can move the entire table somewhere. So that's one of the also powerful of this moving. You can move a lot of data into different cells. So I'm shifting it from this to this. So you can do that if you want. That's the moving. So again, another feature that we talk about is the feature for you to create new row in Excel, in a sheet or in your file. You want to create new rows. So as you can see, you know already, these are the rows that we have. So if I want to create new row above this, all I need is to come to this. You see the cursor now turn to black forward arrow. You see it's just turned to black. When you come at the middle of the number, middle of the row, the cursor will turn to this black. As you can see, it turns to this black. Just click on it. You see, you click on it. If you like, you right click. If you click on it, then you need to click on right click, or you just hover over it and just right click, then you click on insert. Automatically, it will add a new row for you above. Anytime you come, you do it. Let me say, for example, now 1 and 2. I want to create a new row between 1 and 2. So you need to come here under this 2, because it's always creating new row above the one you selected. So now if I selected this and I created new one, it will create it in between 1 and 2. But if I want it to be above this one, then I will come on 1, then I will create a new one above. For example, now maybe I have 1, 2 here. I want to create new row above 1, then I will come to the 1, and then it will create new row above. If I want to create middle of 1 and 2, I'll come here and create it. You see the cursor change into this. So that's how it is. So another feature number 4 for the cursor in Excel is the feature to insert new columns. So you see, if you come at the middle of this column, C, B, all these alphabets, you come at the middle, you see the cursor turn into black down arrow. So this shows that you can, all you need to is the way you did the row inserting, that how you do the column inserting. Just right click and click on insert. It will create new column for you, but always at the left hand side. Always at the left hand side. For example, now I have A, I have B. I want to create new column in between them. Then I will come to the B. So it will create the column for me in between them, because it's always create additional column from the left hand side. So now I right click and click insert. It will automatically create new column for us in between column A and column B. So it will create this new one for us. But if I want to create it here, I'll come on A, then I'll click here. You see it create new one for us like this. But if you want to create new one from the maybe right hand side, you don't need to create. All you need is to add and continue like that. So that's how it works. So the next feature that we'll talk about, though I show you how to insert column and rows, it's also part of the topics that you need to cover. But since we are discussing about this feature of cursor, we covered that. So you already know how to insert new columns. You already know how to insert new rows in Excel. So it's not something big. So okay. So another thing that I want to tell you about this inserting new rows and columns, if you highlight one, two, three, four, five columns, and you right click and click inside, it will add five new columns for you from the right hand side. So that's one thing about it. Now, if I click inside, it will add additional five new columns for us. And for rows also, if I highlight these rows like this, I highlight like, for example, 10, it will add 10 new additional columns for us above the selected column. So this is another thing you need to understand about this inserting. So yeah, let's move. So the next thing for this Kuso, another feature that is number sixth feature of this is for you to add the width, that is the width of the cell. So for you to add the width of the cell, you need to come to the edge of the column. Now, edge of the column, not edge of the cell. You know, we are discussing about this bit by bit so that you will not get confused. So if you come at the edge of the column, end of it, so the edge at the end, you see now the cursor turn into two arrows that are looking at forward and backward. That's how it looks like. So when you see this, all you need is to hold your left click and just drag it forward, or you drag it backward to reduce the size. To increase, you go to the right hand side. You see, I increase this particular cell or B, so I increase this. So that's another feature of this. And for the row, if you want to increase the height of the row, so you just do it like this. You come to the edge of the row, you see it turns into upward and backwards arrow. So you just come to the edge and just drag it down or drag it up if you want to increase uh the height of the cell. So this is another feature of it. So is feature number 7, I think, or number 6. So these are the different features that we have of Kuso in Excel, which of course all of this will come in handy. You will be practicing, you will be working with them, you will be using them throughout this bootcamp. So that's it. So the next thing after Kuso, what we are going to discuss about, we are going to talk about formula and function. I think that what we have after Kuso. So we'll talk about formula and function. So what formula and function are all about is that formula is, is normal scientific calculations. That's what formula is all about. That's the formula. We all know what formula is. So that's calculation that you are going to do. For example, you say 1 plus 1, or 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, or 3 times 4, 4 divided by 5, maybe. All these are arithmetic, or they are all calculations. You are putting you are writing the expression by yourself, because it's just a mathematical expression. That's what the formula is all about. Okay. So for the function is a predefined formula. That's what function is all about. It's a predefined formula. Function is is not a formula per se. Is something that it is a formula that was already defined. You don't know how the formula was created, but there is a function that you can use for that formula. Let me give example for this. For example, now in Excel, we have formula, we have functions. Most of what you are going to use are functions, and we also have formula. So now if I say, for example, 1 plus 1 is a formula for addition. We already know that the addition formula. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. All this will put everything together as addition for you. So for the function is a predefined formula. You are not the one to put the arithmetic sign. You are not the one to write the formula by yourself. All you need is to call the formula. That is to call the name of the function, and that function will apply the formula for you. So in Excel, we have a sum function. Sum function is a predefined addition formula. All you need is to call the name of the function, which is sum. That's the name of the function sum. When you call the name of the function sum, it will automatically apply the arithmetic, the addition for you. That is the arithmetic, normally the addition that you know, plus one, plus two. So the sum function will do that for you. So that what function is all about. So function is a predefined formula. You are not the one to write the formula. Some of the Excel formula that was the function that you are going to use, you don't even know what they are all about. You don't even know how the formula comes into being. You don't know them. But it's a formula that was created, it's a derivation that was created, but it was named. So once you call the name of that function, it will apply the formula that was predefined using the function. So that's how it's all about. Some of you that are learning programming, that learn programming languages, you all know what functions are all about. So in functions, you need to create the block of the codes because you don't want to keep repeating the same codes. You don't want to keep repeating the same thing. So all you need is to create the function. Once that function is called, once you call the function, it will execute all the block of the codes that are under that particular function that you just created. So that's what is all about. Somebody said that he can't hear me. I don't know if it is from him or it is a general problem. Okay, thank you. Someone replied him. I can see. Okay, so let's continue. So this is what our formula and functions are all about. So we are going to start with the formula in Excel. We are going to write to work with the simple arithmetics formula. We're going to talk about that. So you will see how the formula is, how we will write the formula, how we will use the formula, and how we will do that. I don't know. Do you learn have you learned uh serial number? I don't know. I think you did serial number, right? Please, yes or no. Have you done serial number? Have you done serial number? You said no, 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 no. I know. Yeah. Okay. It's someone say yes. Some. I don't know if Bello Dalato is with you, but Bello, why are you saying yes? A lot of people are saying no, no, no. Only you yes. Okay. So let's do the serial number before we move because I know serial number comes after learning the Kuso in Excel. So definitely I know it. Uh, you have not treated it, but okay. So but how about table customization? Have you done table customization? Please let me hear that. I know you did Buddha, and all that. Someone say no, no, no. Okay, it's okay. Ahmad is here. Let him respond. So I know Ahmad is here. I know Ahmad is here. Okay, you haven't done that. It's okay. Ah, Bello, why are you saying yes always? Yes, 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 yes. What's wrong with you? Are you in this class? Even the tutor that took the class said no, but you are saying yes, yes, yes. I don't know if it is in this class. What's wrong with you? I'm not asking whether you know or you don't know. I'm not asking that. What I'm asking, did you treated it here? I don't care whether you know it or not. I'm just asking. Okay, it's okay. Thank you. But you did Boda. Have you done Boda? Okay. Seriously. It's okay. It's okay. We are all going to do that. We're all going to do that. Only grid lines. Yeah, we're all going to do that. Ahmed, thank you for saying that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's treat that. It's okay. It's all okay. I understand. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So you already discussed about grid lines. The grid lines is just this distracted lines that you can see. And also there are the lines that scare a lot of people when it comes to Excel. So whenever you saw all these, you just feel scared and the rest. Okay. So now, after we learn how to highlight, how to do the dragging, how to do everything, now what we are going to learn is we're going to learn how to develop or create a table. So I'm teaching you how to develop the table or create the table by using borders, not inserting the table the way uh, it is. We're not going to do that. Please, we're not going to do that. Teaching you this, I'll tell you why maybe later, or maybe in the future, you'll know why I'm teaching you this. So all you need to, let's say we are going to learn, but before that, I'm showing you how to create, how to design a table. I'm showing you how to design a table. Okay. I don't know why this person is. Why are you asking this question? You are the way you write your question. I'm not even going to respond to you. I don't know why you are asking, why you are saying this. Why did you stop sharing the recorded video? Because it's not a right, it's just a privilege sharing the recorded class. Even if you miss the class, I'm not bound to share the recorded classes for you. It's not compulsory, and I told you right from the beginning. So if you know you cannot make it because of that, is fine. It's not compulsory. Yeah, that's why I stopped sharing it. Thank you. Okay, so let's say we need to create a table. So what we are going to do, I'll show you how a method on how to do that. So please understand this method so that you will not get confused when you are to develop your own. So I'm going to say serial number. I'm just developing a form. So here I will call it participant's name. I'll call it this. Let me say participant. Let me remove the T, the S. So participant name. So here, let me say state. After state, uh, after state, then let me say LGA. After LGA, let me say, okay, let me say gender. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. I know what to do. I know other things to say. So then, I will say, date of birth. Yeah, we can say DOB. Let's call it DOB. So after DOB, I think, yeah. So let's add something. Let's say, uh, eh, okay. Let's say salary. Let's say salary. Let's say debt. Don't worry. I'm just trying to create something that we can keep using. We can keep using this for the rest of the class. So let's continue this. DOB, phone number, email. So all of, don't worry, don't worry. I know why I put this. I'll put that. Thank you for the contribution. So now we are going to develop a table. So what we are going to do, you already know that if you remove these grid lines, you see it's just a blank white like this. The way Microsoft Word is, that how Excel is. So don't worry about such. It's just like this. If you are going to print it, it's going to be white blank paper. You know that. So what we are going to do, so you see we stop at G. So you see how I did it. I just start writing the header, that is the variables that we want to store our data under it like this. So what we are going to do is, let's highlight it from here, and let's say we want to create it for 12 people. Let's just come to 50. Let's even go to 20. So I stop at 21 because the first row is for the header. Then don't worry, I just show you all this, you know that. So the next thing is come here, please. As you can see where my cursor is, just click here. When you click here, you will see all borders here. You see this all borders, just click on it, automatically it will create this border for you. So now even if I remove the grid lines, look at it here. You see I remove the grid lines, but the border, the table border will remain there. It will not go anywhere. So that's how you create this. So the next thing we are going to do after creating this is for us to reduce the width and height. You all this customization is we did the kuso, and I believe you can all do it now, but let's do it together. So let me reduce this serial number first. Let me increase the name of the participants. Let me increase the name of states. Let me increase LGA. Let me increase date of birth. Let me increase salary. Let me increase debt. So now I forgot about one thing. I want to add gender. And I want to add gender in between participant name and state. Please, how can I do it? Can somebody help? Somebody help. How can I do it? Where am I going to click so that I will add a new column that I will put gender and we move? Can somebody help? Yeah, someone says state. Thank you so much. So let's click insert. Just right click on the middle of this C, that is state. Then you click on insert. So you see it create new column for us, and then I'll call it gender, and then I'll reduce the this thing. Yeah, so then we need to have it like so. It's just something that I believe you all understand how to do that, and is good. Let's continue. So the next thing we are going to do is to customize this table, of course, to change the font style, the font size. This is something that I believe you are all expert in doing that. So I don't need to waste my time. So that you learn them in Microsoft Word. So let's just turn this to Times New Roman. I love Times New Roman. Not Times because we have Times New Roman. They are two different things. So I'll put it into Times New Roman. So for the header, I'll highlight it. I'll make it bold. If you like, you can increase the header, increase it if you like, or leave it the way it is. And I will increase the width. I'll do that. So in Excel, we need to put it at the center, but Excel has middle align, top align, and bottom. All that is different from Microsoft Word. So if I click here, it will put it at the middle of the cell. If I click here, it will put it at the top of the cell. If I click here, it will put it at the bottom of the cell. So I'll just use this middle align to make it at the middle center of it. So this is where we will uh, 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 just stop the customization and just leave it here. Then let's start with the serial number. So after some few seconds, you can just come back because I think we exhausted the time. Okay, so let's learn how to create a serial number uh, so that we're not going to write all these number one, two, three. No, we are not going to do it manually. We're going to uh, create it so that if, for example, we have like 200 people, 300 will not waste our times to do that. So all we need is to learn how to create serial number uh, by ourselves. So there are many methods to do that, but I will show you two. That's what I used to show people, and you can choose anyone that you want, anyone that looks cute to you or easier for you. Just go ahead and use it. So I'm showing you that. So the first way to do that is for you to write one. Just write one and click somewhere. Just go out of the cell and click back. So I write one and I click out of the cell and I come back. You can recall I teach you how to do the dragging. So come to the edge of the cell. When you come here, if you want, what you are going to do is just drag down up till the end of this. You see, I drag it down to the end of the table. So when you drag it down, automatically it will create this thing for you. Once you come to the end, just stop it. It will create this for you. You will see this. So please, once you see this, once you saw this, just click on it and click on fill series. So automatically you click on fill series. This is what is going to create for you. I know some of you that is the first time you're seeing this, you just kind of see that, wow, this is what we just did now. So we create 1 to 20 just like that. Okay, this is the first way to do that. That's the first method. So I'm deleting it. So the second method is just write one, press enter, write two, just go out of it, then highlight the one and two. Just highlight them. Once you highlight them, just drag to the end of your table. And that's all. You see, we have 20 numbers as we did before. So this is the second method to do this. I don't know which one is easier. I don't know. Me too, sometimes it's just interchangeable. I use this, I use this. Anyone that comes to my mind, I use it or I use others and the rest. But these are the easiest one and these are the simplest one. So if you want, please go ahead and use anyone you want. So the only thing I will tell you, whenever you want to apply something across a table, after you create a table, whenever you want to apply something, just come here. Like now you want to duplicate all this one to the end of this, come to the edge and double click. So you see, it's not even working today. So I don't know, it's not working. So sometimes it will, sometimes it will work. I don't know, but I could have shown you that maybe later on when we are doing the big data and other data will show you that. So don't worry. And okay, this is the week. Your assignment will give you data. Okay, just drag it, drag it. It's okay. Drag it because your assignment file will contain about the data will give you, let's say it will be about 80,000 rows. Let me tell you this. So you need to understand that's the data you're going to use for this week assignment. So it will be about 80,000 rows of data. So please try to work very hard to solve the assignment and to do other things. Okay. So that's for the serial number. So let me just create this serial number because we need it. Yeah, we need it. So I'll put it at the center. This is it. Sorry. I put it at the center because uh we we want it to be like this. So now this is it. Okay. Okay. So now we customize this table, we create the table, and this is how the table looks like. So all you need to is to go ahead and start inserting the data and do other things. So take note, the data that will be given to you if you were asked to customize the table, this is what we want you to do. If the table doesn't have serial number, you create it. If it doesn't have all this, you centralize this, you put everything, you change the character, you change everything, you make it looks great. That's what the table customization is all about. This is what table customization is all about. So I think the next thing we are going to discuss about all this before we start that simple arithmetics. I think we need to talk about okay, it's okay, let's leave it next week. Okay, so let's start with this simple arithmetics. Let's start with the simple arithmetics. So for the simple arithmetics, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Yeah, a- as far as I want us to move forward, there are things that we need to cover still. Seriously, we will not move. So let's treat all this that I want us to treat. Let's treat them because we need them because you need them in your assignment. So we are going to treat them. So the next thing we are going to talk about, sorry, the next thing we are going to talk about wrap text, how to wrap a text. Sometimes when you are writing in a cell, the text will be longer than the cell. As you can see, let me come here, a new sheet. You all know how to create new sheet. I believe you know how to create new sheet. This is how to create new sheet. If you want to delete it, you delete it. So even if you don't know how to, this is how to do it. Just click on this plus sign. Okay. So now if I write, for example, uh, let's say I write Ahmad, Ahmad, for example, you see the name is out of the cell. You see, it just start here. If I come here and I write Zamfara, you see You see, the name is out. The name is out. So that what bring us to what? To wrap text. Because for wrap text is to wrap the text for you to put it inside the cell that was allocated, the size of the cell that was allocated to it. For example, here I want to write Zamfara State. Okay, Empire State is not that big, but let me reduce this here so that we will apply this wrap text for it. So let me reduce it. You see, now is Zamfara State. You see, it's out of this. So when you click on it, you want to wrap the text. For you to wrap the text, is just click on the cell. If it is too many cells that you want to wrap, just highlight them. Or if it is only one, just click on the cell. When you click on it, come here you will see wrap text. I don't know. My wrap text is like this, but for yours, you will see wrap text. I think that how it was written, I think, on previous version of Excel. So mine is just like this. So I know where it is, but it looks like this. So if yours is not, you will see definitely wrap text on top. And that's where you need to click. And when you click on it, it will automatically wrap the text for you. See, it break it down at the edge of this, then it started at the new line of the cell. So this is what this wrap text is all about. The next thing we'll talk about is match and center. So for the match and center, if I want to merge two or more cells to create something or to make them into one cell, I use match and center to do that. For example, I want to create header for this. I want to create header for this table. Let's say I want to say uh um GI, is it GISB we call it, right? I don't know how do you call your this thing. GIESB, I think. Graduate IT Employability Skills Bootcamp. Oh, IT, whatever. I don't know. Let's just put it this. So I'll just call it participant database. Let me just call it that. I want to create this. Please watch what I just did. It's all part, all these that I'm doing are part of your assignment. I'm just giving you a heads up. So I started here. So it's header. I want the header to be applied across all these cells. I want it to be the big header for this particular table. All I need to is highlight all these cells up till H. Then I will apply match and center. Match and center, I told you, is to match two or more cells into one cell, one single cell. And this is where match and center is. I don't know for yours. I think yours is match and center. You will see the name on your version of Excel. I don't know which one you are using, but match and center is there. Just click on it. You see, automatically it match everything for me and it creates match and center here. So it centralized this. So now I can bold it. I can make it Times New Roman. I can increase it. You see, I increase it the way I want. Look at how it looks very big like this. Please learn this and understand how to do it. Okay, there is one thing I would show you. This is also a expo. So now, for example, let's say under this gender, I want to create male and female. Under this gender, I want to create male and female. Please understand. Under this gender, I want to create male and female. That means this gender column should have two different columns under it. One for male, one for female. How am I going to? Please, I- seriously, I can't do this because if I do that, I already answered the question for you. So let me not just trade that. So please learn how to do that even after this class. So that's match and center, and that's for the what? For the wrap text. Yeah. So that's for that. Okay. Okay. So now the next thing is that I want to show you is just a cell formatting that has to do with the type of data you need to store on each cell. That's what I just want to take you through. So we have different data. We have categorical, numerical, and other different types of data. I don't know. You didn't discuss that. So maybe next week, part of the class that we are going to discuss, that will be part of that will be part of it. Even now, I think let's just leave it. That will be part of it. That will be part of next class. So let's not talk a lot about this. I thought you have done a lot. If not, we shouldn't have treated all this today. But it's okay. Since we are recording the classes, you can all watch and understand. So give it like 1 to 2 days to learn, or 3 days. After that, when you learn, one day you can finish your assignment and submit. Okay. Let's start with the simple arithmetics. We have addition. I told you. We have subtraction, multiplication, division, and whatever. So now, let me just write them here. Addition, um, add, sorry, add, sub, multiplication, multiplication, division. That's all. I think that's all what we have. So we all know the sign. For the plus is this, sorry, is this, for this is this, for this is asterisk, that is star, and for this is forward slash. Sorry, it's forward slash. So these are the signs per each, and we're going to apply them all now to learn that. Okay, so for the addition, that is the plus sign. Let's say, for example, I have 20. Sorry, let me just do something. Just creating a simple data so that we can use this to do something. Oh, it's just putting in and just let's do it. Let me make it somehow like this. So it's okay just like this. Okay, so we have this, and let me just create another column here and call it salary 2. Salary 2, let me create another one and call it total. Or let me, sorry, I think this date supposed to be here. So let's have date here, total here. Okay, I think this is okay. So now let me create another one here. Oh, okay. So now I have these two. I have salary 1, I have salary 2, I have salary 1, and I have salary 2, and I want to know the total of the salary. So what I'm going to do is I need to put, whenever you want to apply formula or function in Excel, you start with, make sure you start with equal sign. You start with equal sign. Please don't forget this. You start with equal sign. So now I'll put equal sign. Then I can call this number and this number because that's what I want to call. After then I will drag because I'm not going to apply it. You know what dragging is all about. So when I write the single formula, I'll just duplicate it across. Even if there's millions of rows, I'll just apply it across millions of my rows. So I'll call the name of the cell or I'll click on it. So you already know the cell's designation. This one is G3. You already know that. So I can put G3 myself or I can click on the G3. So when I put G3 and I click on plus sign, then I click on H3 or I write it by myself and press enter. Automatically it will give us this 105. And 105 is the total of 34 plus 71. It will give you definitely 105. So now what I'm going to do is to drag. So all I need is to double click like I told you before. I'll show you how to do that. So you can double click or you can drag it down. You don't even used to tell people to double click. So afterwards, I don't know if you're dragging, you come back and then you learn that. But it's okay. You just double click, you apply the formula across all the table, and now you get the totals. Whenever I change something, I change this to 150, the total will automatically change to whatever I want it to be. If I want, I can delete everything here now. It will just turn everything to 0. If I start writing numbers and whatever, everything will just be populating itself automatically. And that's what this is all about. Okay. So that's for the addition. That's for the addition. So you need to please learn about addition is all about. So if you want to add 1, 2 cells or more, just keep you use addition to do that. So the next thing is subtraction. Let's say we have a date here. Let's say we have date. So for the date is just uh the money that the maybe the participant is owing. So now we need to subtract. Let's call this okay, let's create another table and call it total again. Let's create another table and call it total. But this one, let's call it total without debt. Okay, total with debt, because that one, this one is without debt. While this one, let's call it total with debt. So since we learn what wrap text is all about, so I'll wrap this. So let's just wrap it. Then I will increase this so that we can see all this clearly. So look at it. Okay. So now for us to get total with debt, total without debt. Okay, I just changed this. This was supposed to be without because we are minusing debt now. This one is with debt. Sorry. Sorry, I just want to just create something so that you'll all understand this clearly. Please, I'm sorry for some of you maybe that are okay. So total without debt, this is total with debt. That's number one is total with debt. So we want to minus this. That's for the subtraction. So what we are going to do is equals to this total, that is the total of this and this minus this dash, that's the minus this debt. Then I click on the debt. The reason why we click on it or we write it is because even if I change this debt to something else, it will automatically change and the formula will apply. So whatever is inside this cell is minus whatever is inside this cell. That's what this formula is saying. So the formula is not looking at the value in the cell, it's looking at the formula within the cell. So please take note on that. With it formula doesn't care about the value. It cares about whatever is inside the cell. So press enter. So you see it minus 92 out of 921. So all you need is to drag so that it show you this. So this one is even, you see it has minus 29 and it's the only, okay, look at minus 4 minus 39. So you see all this without debt and this minus debt. So that's what this is all about. Okay, so the next thing we are going to talk about is for us to talk about multiplication. So let's say, let me call this number of months. So let's wrap it. So for this, I'm just going to create, let's say, okay, let me say, um, let's say, um, salary increment. Okay, let's just call it salary increment. I just call it that. I don't know what to put, but let's call it that. Now we want to multiply. Okay, let's say, yeah. So let's say we want to multiply this salary one time, or this total salary that we have here without debt, or this one, we want to multiply it by 4. Let's say that's what we want to do. So all I need to do is say equals to this salary without debt multiply, I'll put the star, multiply by 4. So then I'll press enter and it gives us this. Then I will double click. That is to drag. Just drag down like this and it will give you this. So we multiply this times 4. So whatever you have here, we are multiplying it times 4. So it will be times 4 for you. So that's what this is all about. So that's the multiplication. So whenever you want to apply multiplication, that's the way to do that. So for the division, salary into 4. Let me call it that. So let me just call it that way. I just want to divide the salary now into 4. So this salary that we multiply into 4, let's use division to divide it. We're going to say equals to, okay, this salary, okay, no, not that one. This divided by 4. So it will give us the previous value, which is this one. It will definitely give us this because now we remove the multiplication. So uh, this is what this simple arithmetics, how you can apply all these simple arithmetics, how you can do that. Okay. I don't know if we are all together. Some of you I know will. I just read the chat. I don't normally want to read the chat because I know someone will just distract us. Someone was just saying, well, I'm just watching. So, it's okay. Don't worry. Just give it time. Don't rush it. Believe me, you will learn. It's very easy. It's very easy. I know you are lost. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I believe it's a first time I know it sound like this, but just tell yourself that you can do it. It's not something difficult. And I'll try my best to work on the videos and make them ready for you. I'll try my best to see that so that you can watch. Everyone that started, this is how we all started. So when you are doing it, you just feel like we are discussing Chinese or something like that. And like I told you, I'm giving you a very big data, a very huge data. So I don't want you to also get confused when you see the data because please, even if the file was sent to you, don't open it. Make sure you understand it fully before you open the file. Because with this level of understanding, if you see the file and you open it, that's the end. Please, it will be difficult for you to catch it up. Please don't open that file. It's nothing. The way I'm doing all this, that's how you will do all that. Don't get confused about the number of the rows. Even if it's millions, what I'm doing here is the same thing you are going to do. So that's one cute thing about this Excel, as you can see. Okay, so the next thing we are going to discuss about is we're going to talk about average. That's what we are going to discuss about average. So I think your assignment we are definitely going to divide your assignment. Ahmad, I don't know if you are with us. Ahmad, please the assignment you need to let it speaks with what we discussed here. What we are going to treat now, we are going to treat percentage and average. Please let's cover them. Let's cover percentage and average now. When we cover percentage and average will percentage will not go deep into average, will not go deep into it, will not go deep. So I'll just allow you to go. When we come back maybe next week, then we treated the rest of the percentage and we move forward with the rest. So Amma, please, the assignment should look the way we what we did here, please. Don't give them that assignment and the rest. I don't know why people are talking about dropping. I told you I'll work on it and I'll drop it. Do you think it's easier to even work on these videos and drop it for people? Please. I'm saying all this. I'm trying to even say that I'll do it. So some of you are not even maybe with us. They will just come and ask for the videos. Okay. So what we are going to discuss about, we are going to talk about average. Let me talk about average before we move. Average, we have average formula. We have average formula in Excel. Average function, sorry, not formula, function in Excel. But let me tell you the average formula. The normal formula of average is total count, total divided by total count. That's the normal formula. The sum, let me say sum total divided by total count. That's the average. Some call it mean. That's the mean. So that's how you get your average. But in Excel, you don't need to apply that average formula. All you need to, all you need to is just call the function, the average function, the name of the average function, and apply it, and it will do the work for you. That's it. So for now, this total salary, yes. Sum total divided by total count or total divided by total count. That's the formula. So that's the average formula. But we are not applying I'll show you the average formula and you are going to see the function also and you will know it from today. So let's say we want to know the average here. Let me call it average. Fine. Let's call it average. So now we need to know the total average, the average of the date, that is average date that we have. We want to know that. To know the average date, all we need to is to say equals to, then you call the name of the average. The function, that is the name of the function. So you say average. That's the name. Just write average and open bracket. Now we started using function. This is the first function we are using. average. So average open bracket, that's the average. So then you highlight the range of the what? The data. So just highlight the range. Okay, this is the range, sorry. Just highlight this range. So in Excel, once you did this and you close your bracket, it's like you applied the average formula. Let's just press enter. This is the average 54.05. Let me put it here for you. And this is just the average. So now that's one thing about this average. I think we're supposed to even have this average here so that it will be closer to this. So I'll say average. So here it is. So we have this 54 point this. So this is our average. Okay, are we together? So now we got the average. So let me show you the way you can get the average formula. The way you can get the average formula is that first of all, what you need to is to get the sum total. For you to get the average, is for you to get the sum total. Let me just sum that. So now this is where we are going to apply the sum function for the addition. Now we want to sum all these figures under that. We want to sum them together. So we're not going to say equals to this plus this plus this plus. If we are going to do that, when we give you data of 30,000 rows, before you reach 10,000, I think you are tired. You will start crying and say, how am I going to write all this plus 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 up till then? So that way we have some function. So all you need to is to call the sum function. Just say equals to sum. Then you open your bracket. All you need to is to highlight all the numbers. Just highlight them all and press enter. It will automatically give you the total. 1081. That's the total. So now we know the total. What about the count? So for the count, we have a formula for that. Do the counting for you, but don't worry. Just forget about we treated this formula. I just want to show you all this so that you'll see how to apply the average. We'll do count, count if, count all, and whatever. It's another formula to count numbers. So I'll just apply the formula. It counts is say we have 20 participants. So let me see total count. So now you see what we have now is total count is 20. Total sum is 1000 each one. What is the formula of average? Is what equals to total divided by what? Total count. That's all. Press enter. It will give you the same 54.05. So you see, this is the function for the average. This is the formula for the average. I don't know if you understand this. So this is what this average is all about. So let's move to the percentage. Let's talk about percentage. Don't worry, you can practice all this after the class. When the video is available, then you just go ahead and do that. So you don't need to be good in mathematics. Please stop dropping charts. You just distract me. Because when I see chat, I thought maybe you lost me or you are not listening or you are not hearing me. That's why I used to look at the charts whenever you drop a message. Okay, so now we are done with the average. Let's move to the percentage. So what I'm going to do is we want to see the percentage of debt. Let's get percentage of debt per each person, percentage of debt. So what we are going to do, I'm deleting all this or I'm hiding them. Let me hide them. But I'm going to create a new column here. I'm going to create a new column here and call it percentage debt. So this percentage is going to be total of two salary based on the percentage of people. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's what we are going to do. So let me explain percentage for you. So percentage has a formula, and the formula of percentage is specific divided by total multiplied by 100. That's the formula of percentage. And please, you can write this down. Anywhere in the world you were asked, anywhere, anytime you were given a data, you were asked to get the percentage. This is how you will get the percentage. Specific value divided by the whole value or the total value multiply by 100. That's what percentage is all about. Okay. So now, out of all this data that we have, we want to know the percentage by each person. What is the percentage of debt they have based on this data? First of all, I told you specific divided by total. This is our specific. Let's use this as our specific. Let's use this as our specific. I want to know the percentage of this debt across all this. We want to know it across all of this. If assuming we want to know it across this and this is different thing. Please, it's entirely different thing. That means in this and this, you need to know which one is your total, which one is your specific. But here, we already know which one is our total because we need to get the sum of all this data to be our what? To be our sum, our total. So what I'm going to do, I will create one here and just call it sum debt. So what I'm going to say equals to sum open bracket. I will get the sum of all this debt and press enter. So I will get the same one that we get, which is this 1081. So let's stop here. So now what we are going to do is to apply the percentage formula, which is I told you specific. So what is our specific here is specific debt of each participant. That's our specific. What is our total? Our total is 1. So this specific is different, but this total is single, is 1. So is what we are going to apply across all this to get our 100% here. So that's how it is. So now if I want, I can get it down here equals to this. So that if I come here and drag it up till here, you will see it will give us 1. Why? Because if you say 1081 divided by 1081, it will give you 1. So let's do the formula. Let's apply the formula. We're going to say equals to, I told you specific value divided by total. What is our specific? Is this 92. This first 92 is our specific divided by total. What is our total? This. So I'm scrolling down, I'm clicking on this. This is our total. So we have 1081. So that's it. So now I'll press enter and we got this. So now don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Just leave it like that. The next thing we are going to do is to drag. Just drag it across. All this is going to give you this. Whenever you see this error in Excel, it means no value. Means no value. That is the division you applied, no value, because you can't divide a number with nothing. So there is no value for this division whenever you see this. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, let me show you what happened. When we drag down, you see this 85, yes, it comes down from this because the first one is this. When we drag down, this I3 that we have becomes what? I4. And it becomes I5. It becomes I6. Yeah, that's what we want because we want it to go across all these 1, 2, 3 years. We want that. But if you look at it now, we have I23. That's where this 1081 is. But when we come down, it becomes I24. You see, I24 is empty. And there is no way 85 divided by empty, it will give you error. There is no way you can divide something by nothing. So that's why we got error. So then one thing you need to learn now is to learn how to lock a cell in Excel. So when we lock this cell, even if we drag it down, it will not go out of this. It will stick to this particular total and it will continue like that. So what I'm going to do is to highlight this from this I23. I will highlight it and I'll press F4 from my keyboard. If you press F4 and it didn't work, please hold your function key Fn, then you press F4, it will definitely work. If it didn't work, just come before I put dollar sign, come before 23 and put your dollar sign. I stand for your column name and the 23 stand for your row number. So we lock them all. Then I press enter. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to drag it down and now it will automatically give us these figures as our percentage. So what we are going to do, the last thing we are going to do is to press this percentage sign here, just click on it and we automatically get our total and we also get our 100% at the end of everything. And this is it. This is where we are going to stop. I think I'll put the two videos together for you and then you can go ahead and watch and then uh, you can do the weekly assignment. I don't know if you have questions. Do you have questions, please? Because we have few seconds to go. If you don't have seconds, please allow me to start working on it and then we continue next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful dream and see you next week.